Hello guys, I'm here with Otávio Santana. He's a Java champion. He's an expert on the JSRs and he's a senior developer on TommyTribe and he's a Apache committer and also he's a coordinator here on TDC, the biggest event on Latin America. And it's a high pleasure to be able to talk to you, Otávio.
Oh, Rafa, the pleasure is totally mine. I'm so happy to be here, talk more about bugs and code and everything else.
Exactly, nice. So, Otávio, I'll make you a simple question, but I'm sure all of us developers has been through those problems of bugs, and I would like to ask you, what was your biggest problem? What was your worst bug that you had in your work, in your career, and how did you solve it?
Okay, you're right. That's a simple question. However, it's not easy to answer that.
Yes,
it's so
not
hard to explain the worst bug that I have been in my entire life. However, the most difficult one to understand is when the exception is not clear enough. Something
Yes.
like, okay, that's a null pointer, but you know where. There's no description about the problem. So the worst one is when the guy didn't make anything about exception, forget to create a specific exception to a specific problem. So the exception one is the worst one because
Yes.
a lot of developers forget to put some message in the exception. Just put the exception without no message and how to make it better and how could I fix it. Yeah.
Yes, but have you been through a specific situation that, for example, in my company, sometime I needed to find a bug in a very specific code. I had to actually erase code until I find the bug. So it was a really stressful situation. It was like you said, there was no exception. There was a stack trace in the code, and I wasn't able to find it. I had to erase some parts of the code until I find it. So it was terrible to solve the problem.
Yeah, that's in general. I have a problem I can do about the OpenJDK. Sometime I found a bug in the concurrent hash map because basically it's run exception. However, that's send no message to you. You just know, okay, you did something wrong, but you have no idea what is that. So basically, what I did, I thought was, okay, let's put logs, let's make a clear exception there, so that's easier to everyone understand the code. A lot of fun stuff was when I tried to remove the toString on the string class, and then I discovered this way, toString in a string is one way to avoid issue on performance. Basically, if they get a null pointer exception in the wrong place, the machine is gonna be slow. However, it's so difficult to understand why this guy is doing toString in a string class. That totally doesn't make sense, right? So there's a typical. If you get something more object required exception, it's gonna be better, right?
Yes.
It's really better than just a string to string.
Yeah, I agree with you. And what golden tip can you give us to avoid stress and bugs? Because you know it's a really big issue in our careers. So, what golden tip can you give us to solve this problem?
Okay. Keep moving, keep learning. so stood more about objects, objects. Okay, I have read the head first about design pattern. Sorry, man, that's not enough.
Yes.
Oh, read more about clean code. Read more about TDD, DDD, behavioral matter, clean code, clean coders, tests, and also that's the biggest mistake that I have seen in my life is more about log, because you cannot put a log there. However, you cannot put a less piece of code in the log. So it's so difficult to say the best fit to put log, but you need to care about log. It's important to go to extract the feature bug if that happen is audits. So keep attention, care about the log, and also about the exception. Put a nice description about what's going wrong. Try to use specific exception to a specific problem. For example, if you have a key metator, perhaps you need to create a key metator exception. If you have a breaking the rules, let's create a break the rules exception, and try to keep the hierarchy. So you have more rules, business rule in your job. So create a business exception and create a class that has more specific problems, something like that states is illegal, the client cannot go to there, there's a security issue here. So think more about the guy who you help you, or the next guy gonna take the codes.
Yes.
And that's fun because in clean code there's there's a word about that. So that's a tip about it. Think like the next guy who take the codes, he's a maniac and has a gun, he knows where he lives, so something like that. So keep your code safe and clean enough to the next guy don't try to kill you.
Okay, that's a nice tip. I totally agree with you, Otávio. We need to think about the other developer in order to when he gets your code, he will be able to understand your code and to give to maintain the code. So this is really awesome. So that was it, Otávio. I really appreciate. It was a great honor to have you on No Bugs project, and
the pleasure is mine. I'm so happy to hear. Actually, I follow the No Bugs project. It's so nice.
Whoa.
Congratulations. I always recommend some Java developers to know, okay, I hate this job because a lot of code is so understandable. So the best way to do your place workspace better is if you start to do a better code. So your colleagues start to watch your code and say, okay, let's follow the standards. Let's do together better code.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, Otávio. It was a high honor to have you on No Bugs project, and I'm sure your tips will help a lot. Then will help a lot No Bugs project audience. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.